Buenos días, clase. Esto es la gramática de capítulo 6, la segunda parte. La página en el libro es 275. El título de esta lección gramática se llama Uso de los complementos directos e indirectos. These are the uses of direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns. A quick review. The direct object pronouns are me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, y las. The indirect object pronouns are me, te, le, nos, os, y les. In the lesson today, we're going to be using direct and indirect object pronouns together. The order is very important. The indirect object pronoun comes before the direct object pronoun. Indirect object pronoun comes first, direct object pronoun comes second. That's important. Por ejemplo, si necesitas un teléfono celular, yo te lo doy. If you need a cell phone, I'll give it to you. It's really important that you write down that the indirect object pronoun comes before the direct object pronoun because in English, it's backwards. ¿Quién te prestará la computadora? Who will lend the computer to you? Octavio me la prestará. Octavio will lend it being the computer. That's the direct object pronoun. He will lend it to me. Me is the indirect object pronoun. See how it's backwards from English? The next rule to go over is when we have a combination of an indirect object pronoun, le or les, coming before a direct object pronoun, lo, la, los, or las. If we end up with one of these combinations, like le lo, or le la, or le los, or le las, or les lo, les la, les los, les las, those double L's are not allowed. You have to change the le or the les to se. Often, we add a prepositional phrase like a ella or a usted or whatever, or even the person's name, just to clarify who the se is. ¿A quién le comunicarán la noticia del descubrimiento? Who will they communicate the news of the discovery to? Se la comunicaremos a Carlos. So this se is representing Carlos. He's the indirect object pronoun. And the la is the direct object pronoun representing noticia. If it was referring to Carlos, it would have originally been le, but we're not allowed to have le la, so we changed the le to a se. Here's another example. José y Adela quieren leer los libros sobre el nuevo invento. José and Adela want to read the books about the new invention. Puedes prestárselos. Can you lend them to them? It sounds weird in English, but in Spanish, thanks goodness, it's se and los, two different words. The los is the direct object pronoun that's replacing the noun libros. The se is the indirect object pronoun replacing José y Adela. Originally, it would have been les for the two of them, but we're not allowed to have les los, so it was changed to se. Lastly, when you attach two object pronouns to an infinitive, a command, or a present participle, you have to add an accent mark to preserve the original stress. Quiero ver las fotos que van a usar para el mercadeo. Dámelas, por favor. Give them, the las is the direct object pronoun replacing fotos. Me. Give them to me. Me is the indirect object pronoun. So we have dámelas. No puedo dártelas hoy. Espera hasta mañana. I can't give them to you today. Wait till tomorrow. The las is the direct object pronoun replacing fotos. And the te is the indirect object pronoun for you. Let's do some examples. ¿Cómo es que tiene Paula aquel informe? How is it that Paula has that report? Juan se lo habrá dado. Juan must have given it to her. A couple things going on. Informe is the direct object noun. It was replaced with lo, the direct object pronoun. Paula is the indirect object noun, and we replaced her name with se. Originally it would have been le. We're not allowed to have le, lo, so it becomes se, lo. Let's see if we can answer this question together. ¿Quién le dio a Isabel un vestido tan bonito? Un vestido, direct object. Isabel, our indirect object. So we'll need these two pieces of information to be able to answer our question. Sus padres se, for Isabel, lo habrán regalado. So we have our lo to replace vestido, and we have our se to replace Isabel. Originally, se would have been le, but we're not allowed to have le, lo, so we had to replace le with se. See if you can do this one. Vi a José manejando el coche de Vera. Ella vender. I saw José driving Vera's car. She to sell. So I want to say she must have sold it to him. So how would I say that in Spanish? Ella se lo habrá vendido. So we have our se representing Jose. We have our lo replacing coche. ¿Cómo nos llegó esta tarjeta postal? Nuestros primos enviar. How did this postcard arrive to us? Our cousins to send. So I'd want to say something like, our cousins must have sent it to us. Nuestros primos nos la habrán enviado. So this is the indirect object pronoun. And here's our direct object pronoun to replace tarjeta postal. Luis dice que ya entiende los problemas de matemáticas. El profesor explicar. Luis says he already understands the math problems. The teacher must have explained them to him. How would we say that in español? El profesor se los habrá explicado. So where did I get the se from? Who's the se representing? Luis. And what are the los referring to? Los problemas de matemáticas. Clara dice que sabe tus planes. Alguien decir. Clara says she knows your plans. Someone to tell. Someone must have told them to her. How would I say that in Spanish? Someone must have told the plans, or them, to her. Alguien se los habrá dicho. So we have our se representing Clara. And we have our los representing planes. Ok, clase, uno más. ¿Sabes que yo ya he visto las fotos de Teresa, su novio mostrar? Do you know that I've already seen Teresa's photos? Her boyfriend to show. Her boyfriend must have shown them to you. How would I say that in español? Su novio te las habrá mostrado. I've already seen the pictures. So the indirect object pronoun, since I'm conversing, I'll switch it to the opposite, te. Direct object noun, las fotos. Direct object pronoun, las. Muy bien, clase. Hasta luego.